Hey, it's Sheldon with TigerTough here. Right now I'm going to show you how to put these rear seat covers on a Nissan Frontier. Before we start putting covers on, the very first thing we're going to do is take off both of the headrests. And to do that, you just got to reach underneath the headrest with one finger. You can't pull it up, but once you reach underneath there, you'll find there's a button right here. You press that in, that releases the headrest, and you can pull it right straight out. There we go. The first piece we're going to put on is the 60 portion back cover. So to do that, we'll lean the back forward, just pull up on this little strap, and you can tip it forward. I got all my Velcro pieces undone, and I'm just going to run the whole cover in behind the seat belt like this. Now before we start pulling the cover down, we'll get it down part way, and I'm just going to pull the armrest out so that the part of the cover that goes behind the armrest can slide down in there as we pull the cover down. So with the cover on part way, we got to make sure and pull that release strap out through the little slit for it. So I'm just reaching in the back of the cover, and there we go. Don't forget to pull this out, otherwise once you latch your seat back, you won't be able to release it again. Now just work on both sides, pulling everything down nice and tight, and I'm making sure that all these seams line up with the factory ones. Now we'll just take this here flap and tuck it in underneath the armrest. It just pushes in there. Just like that. Last thing we got to do is push these between the back and the bottom and then connect them. Now with the cover on and secured, you're just going to want to make sure that you push the cover underneath these plastic pieces of trim. To do that, you just squeeze it around the plastic like that, and it pops in. Gives it a nice, clean, finished look. Now we're going to cover the armrest, so we'll just pull it out and start sliding the cover on. Just like with the back, there's a little pull tab in here. Push that out through the slot in the cover, so that way you can pull your armrest down. And let's slide that on. Now this here is just going to tuck under here, go up around the back of the cover, and Velcro to the top of it. Just like that. Now you can actually take the cover and press it down underneath the plastic. Makes it look really nice. Now we're going to cover this 40 portion back on the driver's side. It's the exact same process as the passenger side, just smaller piece, and we don't have to deal with an armrest cover. So here we go. Don't forget that little thing. Now with any of these Velcro pieces, when you're putting them together, pull them as tight as you possibly can, because the tighter that you pull these, the better your cover is going to fit. Now we're going to cover the bottom on the passenger side, and it's a pretty big chunk of fabric, but it's pretty easy to put on. So one side is way longer than the other one. That long side goes on the top. So we're going to flip the seat up and then just start working this over the seat. So I got that all pulled down nice and tight. Now we're just going to run these two flaps between the back and the bottom, just like we've been doing before. I like to tip the seat up part way because it gives you a little more room to get your hands down in there. One thing to keep in mind when you're doing this is that this hook Velcro is incredibly strong, so it's going to try to grab your carpet or the seat bottom. Now, like before, pull it as tight as you can, stick it up on there. There we go. The driver's side bottom is going to be the same process as before. So we'll just flip the seat up and start putting it on. Now we pull it tight, and that's finished. Now all we got to do is put the headrests back on and cover them. So when you put the headrest back in, just slide it in there, but don't push it down until it clicks, because then you can't get your hand underneath of it. Now we'll just pull the cover on, and when the cover goes on, you want this long flap hanging down the front. We'll just start covering it. And I pushed it down until it clicked. That's okay. Now I got the cover all the way over to the headrest. We'll just pull this from underneath of it and stick it up in the back. And then we do the same thing the other side. There we go, covers are installed.